It's Mitchell. In today's episode, I'll be talking about problems that are in front of you are actually behind you. So I do these YouTube lives every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys do find this video content of value, I have everything in the description below. Yeah, share, like, subscribe, let your friends know about it, family members, cats, dogs. But in the meantime, this is what I'm going to be talking about: problems that are in front of you are actually behind you. What's up, Zach? How are you doing? First like, thank you. Um, I went and got a drink. So, all right. So let me get started. Let's talk about this recap. Okay. So the recap is on how to regain your center. How to regain your center. And the reason why I chose this, what's up, Kiki? And the reason why I talked about this was because most of the time we find ourselves in situations where we get frustrated really easily, we get mad really easily, or when things don't go the way we want, we tend to be more impatient than patient, right? So when we get there, why do we get mad so much, or why are we constantly being frustrated when things don't go our way? And it's usually because of the problems that you have behind you. It's a lot of unsolved things, and I find myself a lot more patient nowadays, which is a great sign. It means, hey Mitchell, you're doing a lot better. And the reason why I have to point that out is because, look, I'm not perfect. I'm still human. We're all human over here. So it's we're constantly working on ourselves. So I'm in work in progress. I hope you guys are too. Zach, I know, get that foam roller. But make sure you get that one brand I was telling you guys. All right, I'm telling you. What's up, Tracy? How are you? So the slide is on. We must accept where you are. You must accept where you are. The process continues. Exactly. So I want to start out with this quote, which is, what you focus on grows. What you focus on expands, right? It grows. And what you think about expands. And what you dwell on determines your destiny. So when talking about dwelling on something, think about all those things that constantly is being brought up from the past, like, oh, there's all these certain things that I don't really like. There's all these things that's been happening to me, right? And you find yourself constantly in this situation where you're not where you want to be, because your problem you're problem focused. You're not solution based. And I think in my previous episode I was talking about beware of being around somebody that is constantly focusing on the problems and not ever really trying to find a solution, or they're constantly they only want to come to you and talk to you about their problems, but yet nothing ever seems to change, or you don't see any type of progress, meaning they're not doing anything, or they are, but there's a lack of effort. And so when you see that, you have to determine whether or not, is this person worth my time, because my time is valuable. I and what I mean by that is, you could do whatever you want with your time. If you want to sleep a little bit longer, that's on you, right? If you just want to sit there in peace, if you want to sit there and play video games, that's on you. But your time is valuable to you, because everybody only has a certain amount of time here, and that's the most important asset. Money comes and goes. Time only moves forward, all right? The same Back to the Future. So with all that said, you must focus on yourself, and that means that if you're constantly finding yourself losing your center, this is where you're at, right? Blaming other people, right? It's going to be a downward spiral for you. And so if you find yourself constantly blaming other people, chances are you have a lot of things that it's unresolved for yourself, because it's like, why are you blaming other people? People that knows where they want to head to in life, they don't blame other people. They know that situations do suck and there are circumstances that doesn't go their way, but at the same time, they will find a way to move forward eventually. They're not focused on the problems, right? So if you're constantly blaming other people for why you don't have this and why you don't have that, then maybe it's a good sign for you to be like, hey, you know what? What's certain things that I can do? Accepting where you are, then figuring out a solution. Remember, what you focus on expands. So, are you focused on a problem or are you focused on a solution? And you can only begin to get better. So that's the great thing about it is no matter where you're at in life, let's just say you're the most bitter, you're the Grinch, okay? You're the Grinch that stole Christmas, right? You can still turn that back around and you can still decide, you can still make a decision, and you can still make a choice. And that choice is on you on whether or not you want to make that change for yourself. And if you do, you're going to be in a much better place than the people near you. And then you have to reevaluate who you're around, because here's the thing. I find myself, I'm around people, but I still choose to be away from them, not because I don't like them. It's they're still good people. It's just that they're sometimes their energy doesn't match mine, and I'm just kind of like, well, that's not what I really want to be around. Because if I want to learn and I want to educate myself, then I want to be in a place where it puts me there, rather than spending certain times with certain people that, one, doesn't value it, and two, doesn't really listen to you when you're trying to give them the, especially when when they are asking for your advice and they're not listening to it. Then it's kind of like, what are you really doing? This is relevant for me. What's up, Jackie? How are you? Hold up, I need to take a sip. I've been talking a little over an hour before I got here. All right, so, ooh, these zero sugar drinks is pretty nice. All right, let's see. You can only begin to get better. Okay, so this is why having supportive people, and not just having people that makes you feel good, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault, right? But having these feel good people, one, is good to have people that got your back, to make you feel comfortable. But you also have to understand that as they are making you feel comfortable, are they pushing you to become better? Are they pushing you towards growth? And also, do you want growth? If you don't want growth, you're not going to do it. So it doesn't matter if you have support or not. You're not even willing to do so. All right. So, do you need help? Who is someone you know and that you can trust that could step in and lend a hand or lend an ear? So having these type of people really means a lot. Just think about it like this. Imagine going to work that you hate. Why? Because you're not happy at work. The people around you it's not exciting to be around. You're there for a paycheck because you feel like you're stuck. And the reason why you feel stuck is because, well, I got bills to pay. I got a family to feed. I need a roof over my head. You know, like there's all these bills that, like, it costs money to drive to work and yada yada yada. And on top of that, people at work, they're not fun to be around. I have to talk to them. And it's like, well, there's still a choice. There's still a choice. That choice is on you. Do you want to stay there? And if you don't want to stay there, well, what are you currently doing? Are you setting up interviews? Are you studying? Are you trying to switch to a different type of career that you want? And also, in all the meanwhile, you got to work on yourself. And what I mean by that is, as you are working on yourself, you're not going to take things too serious anymore. And what I mean by that is, when people treat you badly, you don't take it too personal, because you know for real, like, people only project what they feel, how they truly feel about themselves on the inside, and they express it on the outside. So if they constantly always angry and always mad, they're not living a happy and peaceful life. And I like to live a drama-free life. I don't like drama. I get it a little bit, it's a spice of life, but if it's not my problem, I don't want to be involved in it. I don't care how much Mary has, or why Mary has a better husband, or Mary has money, or I don't care. I don't care. Like, let's just focus on what we need to do. Like, we also don't know if Mary has problems back at home too. She's just expressing certain things to you that makes it seem like she's doing a lot better. But in reality, if people are really doing that good, they don't really need to talk about it that much. So you gotta really see people for who they are and as they are. So regaining your center is really important, because when you regain your center, it puts you in a much more peaceful place. And you ever notice when you're happy and you're excited and you like being around that person, chemistry is good, you're just easy, it's light, it's fun, and it's like, wow, I can't believe X amount of hours just went by again, because I don't want it to end. Whereas if you're at work, you're gonna count every single minute. It's at a place that you don't want to be at. And you know, an interesting thing was the other day, um, I had one of my coworkers. I was like, hey, if you're interested, this is what we could do, blah blah blah. And she even came in on her day off to do something. And I was like, hey yo, if as long as we doing this, I was like, you best believe that you better clock in, because this is for them. Yes, I'm showing you stuff, but this is still considered work. It's fun. It's fun, but it's still work. So you better clock in for that. That being said, it was so easy, so fun. I think 2.5 hours went by. She was like, oh my god, like this is so fun. Like I can't believe I love to do this. And I was like, yeah. And you could see the level of enthusiasm. Like imagine going to work on your day off and you're excited about it, right? And then you just got paid, even though it's like two some hours. It's like, what? You don't even think about it. It's like hanging out with a friend and then getting paid for that, right? So anyways, you always see that level of enthusiasm, but it's what you could bring to work. It's what you could bring to them. And just as note this, I just started work over there, right? And it's new to me. So, well, not new, but familiar. And so it's what you could provide for the other person when you go into work. So think about this the next time you do go to work. When you go to work, here's a few tips. Do not, number one, try to stray away from people that talks bad about other people. I get it, people have their opinions, but don't try to talk down on them, because bad news spread faster than good news, and we all know that. And if you want to have a good relationship at work, and you want to keep a good dynamic at work, and you also want to protect yourself too, don't talk bad about other people. Talk good behind their back. That's the best thing that you can do. And when you do that, be genuine. Don't fake it, right? Don't say nothing that's not true. And so, one, it keeps the peace. Two, you're not trying to start drama. And three, you're really there to build others that wants to join you, and you building yourself too, because you're over here because you want to build yourself up and you want to live a better life. And that's why you're watching this, because you could have been anywhere in the world. You could be doing anything else, right? Like I said, there's Netflix. You could go outside. You could do a lot of things, but you're here. So I do appreciate your time over here. So thank you. But yeah, you're here. You working on yourself. So it's fun. Keep it playful and fun. And just like in a relationship, you want to keep things playful and fun. And when you regain your center, you're going to be in a much better place. But also, you have to remember, there's a lot of things in your past that you have to learn to let go. So that learning to let go of those resistance that's holding you back in becoming the person that you want to be. Because like I said, there's so many times where I still see people, they're fit, but they're insecure about it. I was like, why? They was like, well, I used to be fat. And I was like, so you work out because you really hated how you looked. And it's and I was like, okay, and I understand that, but you also you didn't even like yourself when you were where you were at. And now that you got to a place of where you want to be, you're more fit, you still feel like that fat kid that you once were. And so it's no different than being in a relationship or having more money. Those only amplify who you are. So if you came from a really shitty place and you want to get out of that, you're still stemming from that place of fear, still stemming from a place of anger, or whatever your place you're from. Whatever you get better at, it only amplifies who you were, right? That's why when you see people that have a lot of money and you say money changes people, that it never really changed them. That's how they always was. It's just that they amplify who they were. So an example was the alcoholic that I was telling you about. You were broke, you only drink cheap liquor to get drunk, you get hangovers the next day. Now that you're rich, you hit the lottery, you're rich, you're drinking top shelf stuff. You're still an alcoholic, You might get less hangovers, but you're still an alcoholic. It's no different, right? So being in a relationship's the same way, right? When things go south a little bit, oh, the true colors, nah. That's how always how they was, right? What's up, Shevelin? So, um, let's go with the meat of the topic, right? Which is you must make one or two choices, right? We all must suffer from one or two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. So, and the thing is, it takes time. It takes time. Yo, Kiki, appreciate you greeting everybody. I do. So I'll see that. And Tracy. So who we got over here? We got Jackie, Tracy, Kiki, Chef. Okay, cool. So you gotta pick one or two pains, right? The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And just remember that discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Discipline weighs ounces, meaning if you think about it, going to work, working on yourself, going to the gym, eating healthier. Those are the little ounces that you gotta do every single day. You just gotta do it, right? Think about the 80-20 rule, right? Little things at a time add up. And so, but regret weighs tons because let's just say you look back 5 to 10 years and you're like, God damn, I'm this old now. Ain't nobody want me. Well, did you do anything? Did you do anything in the past? And then you find yourself telling yourself, look, it's too late now. I'm already this old. So you start making up these stories, right? And when you start making up these stories, you start believing these stories. And when you believe in it, guess what's going to happen? That's how you're going to project it, right? So when you project those feelings, nobody wants to be a part of those issues that you have. And here's the thing too, here's the real facts. No one cares about your problems. Nobody cares, right? They might act like they do, but nobody cares. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but I'm saying it to be, look, let's be real. Do you care that there are people sleeping on the streets? Let's be real. You really don't. You don't care too much. You're like, damn, that sucks. I will buy him dinner. But if you really cared that much, would you let them in your house and stay? You know what I mean? It's like, so to a point is, do you care? Yeah, you do. You feel bad. You're like, hey, if I could buy you a hot cup of coffee or whatever, keep you staying warm, and here's a blanket or whatever, yeah, I'll do that. But so, and then let's flip it back on you. When you have shitty things that's going on in your life and you're telling your friends, they love to listen to you. But if you think about it, they listen to you. They want to make sure you're good. But at the end of the day, you still have to help yourself, because if you don't, you're going to stay there. And then there's people that blame other people like, oh, you didn't help me when you could. It's like, that's not on me to help you. Oh yeah, but you had a lot of money though. You could have got me out of that situation. It's like, no, that's not how shit works. I worked hard for my money. You know what I mean? I don't need to do anything. For me, even being here and hearing you out, that's already good enough. And some people are just not appreciative. And those are the type of people you want to kind of stay away from. So anyways, discipline and regrets, right? Discipline and pain of regrets. So it takes years to accumulate this unhealthy habit that you have. So whatever this unhealthy, or maybe it's a habit that's not really doing you any good into your life. Maybe it could be scrolling through social media, watching certain news. And I'm not saying news are bad. I already said this to y'all before, but news, it kind of keeps you, it builds a lot of anxiety. And then that's how you want to start your day, all built up, like, damn, all scared, thinking about, oh shit, I can't be going out like that, or this is what's happening on the outside, or this, especially is local. It's funny because even if it's not real, you tend to believe it's real. And I want to keep it short with this, which is, ever watched a movie? When you watch a movie, there's this one killer, right? And he's out there, and you're like, there's that killer. He's in my town right now, right? He's probably in Europe, but he's in my town. So, guys, let me know if I'm still syncing in. I got a phone call coming in. So, am I still syncing? Can you guys still hear me? Let me know. Zach. Okay. All right, man. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you, man. So it takes years to accumulate unhealthy habits. Believe it or not, not choosing something is still a choice. That is still a choice. So cool. Um, yeah, I just have some, I have some people on Discord, and they're calling, and it's, I gotta handle that later. So that's on me. That's on me. You still no? There's 4 likes. There's 4 likes. I'm sinking. All right, cool, cool, cool. So if you decide to choose a life of discipline, then your life is a self-reflection of those actions that you do, those actions that you took, and it's gonna show. So, like, take a look around you when you walk down the street the next time, right? You're going to look at certain people, right? And like I said, not choosing anything, that's still a choice. Not choosing to take care of yourself is still a choice. And you can see it in other people's health. Now, maybe some people are a little bit better at it. Maybe they can hide it a little bit better. But once the age catches up, like I'm 34, I'm 34 and a half, right? And people was like, oh yeah, you look great. You can eat whatever you want. I was like, hell no, I can't. What are you talking about? You think I choose to drink 0 calorie A&W root beer? What's up, sponsors? No, no. It tastes better, but sugar tastes great, okay? Sour Patches taste great. Hot Cheetos taste great. I just don't eat it all the time. And I want to live a healthier lifestyle. Um and still enjoy it a little bit, and that's my substitute. But still, like, it takes hard work. For real, it takes hard work. And but like, you're lucky. I was lucky. What? How? You have to work towards these things, and people don't see that. They only see like, oh, you got it easy. Oh, you're Asian, so you don't raisin. And like, trust me, I've seen some raisin ass Asians at like 28, and I don't look. I've seen some of the past history or some of the things that they do. They put things in their body that they probably shouldn't have, but it gave them that feeling that made them feel great, that temporary feeling, and they did it one too many times, And I was like, I never need that, because when I look at myself in a mirror and I just think of something, I just laugh. I just have a great time. And it's like, oh, you laugh at yourself and you laugh at your own jokes? Hell yeah, I do. Right? That's how you live life. I laugh at my own jokes all the time. All right. But yeah, those are choices, right? These are certain choices. Whatever choice you're doing, whatever choice you're making. Because remember, life is about making choices. Okay. It's not what you want. It's not what you want. It's the choices that you make. So if you decide that you want to go to work at that place, it's still a choice. If you want to be with that person, it's still a choice. If they ended up doing certain things, put that back on you. Look, Mitchell, why did you stay with that person? Well, I really cared about them and I couldn't leave. What do you mean you couldn't leave? Did they have a gun to your head? Like, what's going on? Oh, you couldn't leave because you really did not believe that you could find someone better. That's the real reason. So it's not that you didn't have a choice. You just felt like you couldn't find anyone better. That's the choice. And if you find yourself living a life that's constantly you feeling bitter, you feeling fearful, you feeling unwanted, it's probably because you've probably been let down one too many times. You've been let down, and I understand that, because if shit like that happens to me, if I imagine I'm trying to get customers and I get shot down multiple times, I'm going to think like, damn, I suck. But in reality, it's not that you suck. It's probably your delivery. It's your delivery. It's how you approach people. It's how you speak to them. That's why whenever someone's interested in doing, let's just say, personal training with me, I'm like, why do you want to train? Like, why do you want to do this and why do you want to do that? Oh, I want to look good for Coachella. Okay, so after Coachella, you don't want to train anymore. Is that what you want? So you just want to look good temporary, and then you're gonna come back next year because Coachella is gonna do it again. And if you want to do that, yeah, I got a slot for you, but it doesn't sound like you're a person that's committed, and I like to not waste my time too much. Yeah, so true. Constant rejection has put you down, and that's what you get. So But then this is what I would say, Tracy. You got to look around you. You got to look at your surroundings. What is influencing you? What is holding you back? What are certain things that you're not doing? So these are all important questions you want to ask yourself. Who are you hanging around? Who are you hanging around with? And are they encouraging you, or are they like doubting you? Are these people even like supporting you and bringing you up? And if they're not, then you gotta really take a look at the people you're surrounding yourself with, because it's not about blaming other people at this point. If it's constantly happening to you, it's about what you can do. And yes, it does suck when things don't. You find yourself doing it so many times, and you constantly find yourself failing. You're going to feel like you're a failure, but that's not. And if you accept that, that means you're willing to accept defeat. And I wouldn't accept that. That's me personally. I wouldn't. I'll be like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong, and how can I make it right? And then I gotta look back. I gotta look back at all the things that maybe I'm saying, what I'm doing. So those are certain things. And what attracts you? What are certain things that attracts you? Positive people or negative people? Negative and gossip. Because, and here's the thing, I used to be around people that's negative all the time. They're like, but I was fueled by that. I don't know why. Oh, dude, guess what? Guess what this person did? Let's use Mary, right? Because we got Kiki in here. We can't use that. I'm not gonna use that. We got Mary. We got Mary, right? So I hope Mary's not watching, because we don't have a Mary yet. Mary's doing this and Mary's doing that, and look, yada yada yada. And I'm like, yeah, yo, F Mary. Mary sucks. Yeah, damn. Like, and do you know what she did? And it's just constant negativity and gossip. And then after that, I felt good walking away. Guess what? I felt good talking down about somebody, because it makes me feel good about being myself. But in reality, it really did me no good. The reality was, what good did it really do for me? It didn't mean nothing. It meant that I had to put someone down in order for myself to be built up. That's a lot of energy for one person that I didn't like, or maybe even so a group of people. And look, you don't have to like everybody. That's not what I'm saying, but it's the energy that I was spending it on. And remember, what you focus on expands, and that was my focus. And my focus was on negativity. I was driven by it, and that's why I felt like I was like, I'm not getting anywhere. This sucks. This is not who I want to be. This is not where I want to be. This is not who I want to become. This is not where the direction that's going to lead me towards the places that I want to. So, and then I took a look around. I was like, what are my friends? Damn, like my friends are like that. All right, I gotta pull away a little bit, and certain friends make it easier for you to not want to talk to them, because there's certain things that they say and you're like, yo, I'm just not dealing with. But the harder ones are the ones that are still cool, but they're just negative, but they're still cool people. They're cool as in like they still cause drama, but the drama that they cause is kind of like they're talking behind other people's back, which is not good, and it's like, so I stayed away from that. I pulled away. But what I'm saying is they're still fun to be around with. That's what I'm saying. And so I still kept a distance. I was like, yeah, I can't be around people that's constantly negative, talking about people's behind the back. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. I'm here to build myself up, and if I'm constantly around that, it's gonna drain the shit out of me, right? And so I made a conscious choice. Like, this is what I want to be, right? Staying away from drama. Because here's the thing, with drama, most of the times, whether it's at work, whether it's your family members, your friends, or whatever, or celebrities, right? Kanye West and all these people, like, it's usually none of your goddamn business. It really isn't. And if you spend so much time focusing on other people, how much time are you really focusing on yourself? And all these distractions, it's causing you to do a lot of things you're not really doing to focus on yourself. And all it takes, look, every single time you're doing something and someone calls you or distracts you, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes to get back into zone. And imagine getting in a zone, or just keep it like this. Imagine going to sleep. Every 15 minutes, you fall a deeper sleep, and then someone wakes you up. Okay? You know how annoying that could be? Now imagine if you're just focused into work. You zoned in, you're zoning it like everyone's zoned out, and you just focus, focus, focus. So much work could be done. But constantly you get distracted. And same thing. If you get these negative distractions that's always pulling you away from where you're moving towards, you got to learn to let go. And so that's why this episode about problems that are in front of you are actually behind you. It's because probably most people, they're miserable people. So, and you just got to find those little those good people in the nail in a haystack thing is, I think that's how they say it, right? So, yeah, and so now I'm repulsed by it. I don't really care about other people's drama. The only thing is, like, is it affecting me? Is it affecting my outcome? And if it is, then maybe I should probably stay away from it, because at the end of it, it's like it's what I can do for myself. It's not what other people could do for me, right? But anyways, let's move on to the next one, which is the cracks. You might have cracks in your foundation. You might have cracks in your foundation, right? The choices you make might be hindering your type of successes that you're having. So maybe it's successes of meeting the right person, because you can always meet people. People will always be interested in trying to talk to you and stuff like that. But it's meeting the right people, right? It's having those right people to be around. And there's certain foundations that you have that maybe needs a little bit of polishing, or maybe there's a certain part that you need to get better, because let's just say you're not that talkative, but you want to be more talkative, because you're not talkative, maybe the other person might feel like you're not interested in them, but maybe you're just not that talkative. Oh, I'm just shy, I don't want to ask questions. But if you don't ask questions about the other person, it shows that you're not interested. And if they get that, they're kind of like, well, this person's not interested in me. It's always about me talking about how you are, and you don't do anything to ask me about anything about myself. It kind of shows that level of enthusiasm. But also it's kind of like you don't really care enough to ask. But maybe your excuse is, I'm just very shy. I'm just shy. And so that might be hindering some of your successes, right? It could be at work. Maybe you don't speak up, and then you let other people step all over you. And there's certain things. It's like, well, that's why I teach about setting and enforcing healthy boundaries. And those are certain foundations that you have to make sure that you have. Whereas they're not going to walk all over you. You're nice, but you're not going to take other people's shit. You know what I mean? You're nice. So the relationship you're in, and do you find yourself constantly in the same relationship with those type of people? Why do you feel like you're going back to the same people? Nothing has changed really, right? And have you guys met someone that they seem to date the same type of people? They always date the same type of people. And it happened to me too, and I was like, yeah, there's a trend. Like, I get it. I like what I like, but for some reason, after I get with them, they have the same type of, yeah, nothing's really changing. And then I was like, yeah, I need to change this shit. It can't just be based off just looks. And I get that looks is important. Looks are important. I got to be attracted to them. But also, do they stimulate my mind a little bit? Are they fun and easygoing? Like, I don't care how pretty they look, because at the end of the day, how pretty she looks, and if she doesn't want anything to do with me, she's not gonna be mine anyway. So it's okay, it's fine, right? And so I was like, all right. And then I started developing certain things, started wanting to educate myself, and I was like, this will be a great place. And now I know what I want. And so what I'm suggesting for you guys is, find out there's certain things that you're really interested in, and then go for that. I realize I have an issue of accidentally being rude because I'm actually not shy. What do you mean by that, Jackie? Are you just like too blunt? And if you're too blunt, yeah, there's certain things like those cracks in the foundations, right? Like there's certain things that you could say that is not going to piss off the other person, right? That's not a common issue though for others. And that's okay. But we all need to work on certain things that we need to work on, right? Um, and so if you find yourself going like hanging around with the same people or being in a relationship with the same people, why does this keep happening and how can you change it? And here's the thing too. This is where most people run away. It keeps happening. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna. I don't want it. I don't want to date no more. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And that's the easy way out. Running away. It's easy. Look, you don't have to do anything for yourself. You don't have to. You don't have to face your fears, right? I get it. You might have been hurt before. You get hurt again, right? It builds resilience, but don't build hate on top of that. Build on yourself. Use the bricks that's thrown at you as foundation, right? Those things, those people that hurt you, don't let that change who you are. And it's too easy nowadays where most people were, if someone treats them bad, they're gonna treat the rest of the world bad. It's like that's not a really fair approach because everyone's different. Well, everyone's done that to me so far. No, everyone so far you've met has treated you like that. But also you haven't properly vet these people. And where are you meeting these people? Are you fishing in the same pond? Like what's going on? Right? Oh no, I use different apps. Okay. Maybe not get on the app a little bit. Right? Not get on the app a little bit. I don't know, take care of yourself. Go eat a little bit healthier. Go take care of yourself. And if you could just do that, you're gonna be in a much better place. So don't run away, okay? Don't run away from the situation, even though it keeps happening, because it means that your approach could be a little bit different, or you need to change your approach right now, so that it doesn't happen again, right? You got to change it. Note that it is important to focus on the things that are controllable. Focusing on things that you can't control, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. So things that you can't change. You can't change other people. You can't change them. You can't change the weather. You just got to deal with it. And it's how you manage those things. Control the controllables. Control how you feel, how you regulate yourself, how you talk to people, how you communicate with people. Are you in a good, happy mood? And if you are, who wouldn't want to be around you? You just a ball of sunshine all the damn time. Who wouldn't want to be around that? You're just so fun to be around with. Your energy makes me feel good about me being here. I will like that, right? Versus, oh, I hate this and I don't like that. You already felt that energy, right? You wouldn't want that. So, like I said, the job you're at, the people you're around, right? So that's why success is dependent on prior preparation. So when you prepare yourself, and I want to say this, prepare yourself. How do you set up your mornings? That's preparation, right? Did you plan things the night before or the week? Or do you have a calendar? Do you have things that you already set out that you're gonna wear before you go to work, before you go out, so that you don't have to stress around running around what I'm gonna put on? Because that takes away from your mental capacity. Then you want to prepare yourself. Are you listening to a bunch of nonsense on social media, on the news that's causing you all these anxiety just being built up? How are you preparing your day? And are you starting your day good? That's why most people, when they wake up, and here's the thing too about people that wakes up super early. I personally don't do that. But when people wake up super early, they go to the gym. I think, and here's my theory. Most people, whenever they get up super early, one, not a lot of people wake up that early. And those that do, they're probably not doing anything really good for themselves, right? But people that go up wake up super early, they go to the gym, they knock things out. And one, you save yourself time. Two, you're waking up and you're giving yourself a better chance surrounding yourself with those people, if they are up, that wants to move into a right direction in life. Because they're taking their life seriously. So that's why they're waking up so damn early. That's part of my theory. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more to that too as well. But you know, most people, they wouldn't do that. And so if you're aligning yourself with those people that are like-minded with you, then you're kind of curious. Like if you saw someone working out at 5 a.m. in the morning at a gym, you're kind of like, why are they working out? What are they doing right now that's so important? Because they're scheduling the time a lot earlier. So it makes you wonder, and then you might be curious, and there's an opportunity right there, right? Um, so success depends on prior preparation, and prepare for yourself. Plan it out, and I have that down too, right? Like you got to plan out what you want to do moving forward, and are you excited waking up every single day, right? And so even for me, when I went back in to become a trainer, and I was like, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be super freaking selective with the people that I'm training. I don't care how much money you're giving me right now. Money is not the problem. The main thing is, are you going to be easygoing and fun to train with? Meaning, you're not gonna be super picky. You're not gonna be late all the time. You're not gonna be making a bunch of excuses. Because if you are, I don't want that type of money. Please take that somewhere else. I'm pretty sure other people will like that type of money. And the client out in training, I love training her. She's fun. She's easygoing. I have poor planning because I go with the floor, but planning with a goal makes it way better. So even when I'm at work right now, like I have an attitude of just going in and be like, you know what, I'm gonna have a different mindset. As I have, if I don't change, nothing else will. All the other jobs that I had before, I get it, things sucked, and I've learned a lot, and there were a lot of good experiences, but I have to come in with a different mindset. And my mindset is, how can I enjoy life even while at work? Which means that me being a trainer, I get to choose who I want to be with. I have a choice to some degree, right? And if they really want to do it, then I'd be like, let's just say I really don't like working with them, I could just set a price way too damn high, and they'd be like, nah, that's too much for me. Well, have a great day. Have a great day. And it means like, look, I'm not dealing with your ass, basically. Or I could just call you out. I'd be like, look, if we're gonna work together, this is what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna set those boundaries, right? It depends on how our interaction is. But if you're gonna come in and you're gonna give me all these things just because you pay me, then give it to somebody else. I'm pretty sure someone else will deal with your nonsense, because not me. So going in with that mindset, I want to enjoy where I'm at. That way I will attract more and better people into my life eventually. And I believe in that. I really do. I really do believing in, when you treat other people well, other people will treat you well too. And not everybody's gonna treat you nice just because you treat them nice, but you're opening up much more better opportunities. And am I saying that you can't be an asshole and be like F you to everybody on the street, and then someone's gonna come up to you and feel and have compassion for you and be like, are you having a bad day? What's going on? Like, yeah, that could happen too, but not everybody's like that. Not everybody's like that. So you want to set yourself up for success. So reevaluate your circumstance, right? Let go of things that's constantly find ways back into your mind, that's constantly taking up all these space, right? Learn to let go. These are certain things that the problems that are in front of you right now are really actually behind you. It's because you haven't really figured out how to let those things go. And are you focused on the past or distractions, or even both? Because that's where we are. Like I said, this life, we have three influences. One's that keep you in the past, one that distracts you, like your phone and all these certain things that you do for yourself, distractions, and one that pulls you forward. And the ones that pulls you forward, that's the thing that you want. That it's like a gravitational pull. It's no longer motivation anymore, right? Because say, for example, doing this for me, there's certain days where I wake up and I'm like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what topic I'm going to be talking about, or I'm feeling kind of lazy, right? I'm feeling kind of lazy. And it's kind of like, yeah, sometimes I need that little nudge, but another times I'm like, yo, I can't wait. But I'm always excited to learn certain things. So what ends up happening is, even on days where I feel unmotivated and you know, the weather sucks and all this, I open a book and I'm like, wow, I'm just reading a chapter after chapter. I'm kind of like, this is great. It's really nice. I think this is a good topic to kind of expand on, and maybe put some of my inputs or some of the things that I've had experienced based off this, because I could relate to that. And then boom, and it just flows. Everything just flows, and I love doing this. And so now it's kind of like, well, there's always going to be days that you're not going to want to do certain things. So it all boils down to discipline, and discipline weighs ounces, and regret weighs tons. So I know. Let's just say I did this. Let's just say I put everything down, and I'm lazy, and I didn't want to do anything anymore. I don't want to. I woke up one day, and I don't want to do a live. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do this YouTube thing. I'm not gonna do it no more. And then day after day after day, weeks, months go by, years, and I look back and like, man, damn, Mitchell, like you were doing all that before. What happened? What happened? And it's like, well, because I just didn't want to do it because I didn't feel like it. And it's like, well, then I have to look at it from the standpoint of this regret. It's gonna hurt more in the future if I don't do that. So same thing for me in my future. The reason why I want to work out like this and take care of my health is because eventually I know I'm gonna get old, and when I get old, I want to still be able to move. I want to be able to have fun. I don't want to be a person that needs assistance for to move my two legs that I've been constantly using every single day of my life, you know? So moving on. So your jobs and your opportunities to fix the cracks, and so it's your job and your opportunity to fix the cracks in your foundations that you have. Familiarity breeds content. So you know, when you find yourself too comfortable, challenge yourself a little bit. Ask yourself certain questions like, what's certain things that I could do, for me to become better right now, wherever you're at. What's something that I can do to become better? I also know this, people that comes in as, you know, as I'm training them, I don't tell them I'm a relationship coach. I tell them I'm a personal trainer, because that's what I was, and I'm good at what I do. And so when I train them and I give them like plans and whatever, they like it, and then they find out certain things, and they're like, oh, so you're this too? I was like, yeah, like. And then it's funny because, like I said, my previous job before, I had a guy come in, and he literally just only spoke to me for a full hour. Like at one point I was like, I'm not training you right now. Just, you know that. He was like, yeah, I know, it's okay. I was just going through a lot of things at work. And I was like, as long as you're okay with talking to me, I'm fine. But just understand that, you know, I want to respect your time. You came in for training, and this is not training. So you're okay with that? All right, cool. So yeah, and it does happen. Those things do happen, and I find it's entertaining myself too as well, and I like doing so. Let's move on, which is develop a purpose of life. So before we were talking about cracks in your foundation. Okay, bad things happen to people sometimes, and there's certain things that we have to learn to unlearn. But now you have to develop a life of purpose. You need a purpose in your life, right? And this is what I love about Jordan Peterson. He says, pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Meaning, don't focus on what's trendy. You know, focus on the things that is going to have a lifetime. So, like this, for example, taking care of your health. Taking care of your health. That's meaningful. Why? Because don't you want to live? Yeah, people go to the gym because they want to be healthy. Yeah, some people want to look good, most people, but you know, some people go there for health too. And so you do things that are meaningful, right? Find something that's more meaningful to you. What do you like to do? What do you enjoy? Do you like dancing? Do you like art? Do you like sports? Do you like, you know, painting? It could be anything. Are you an artist? Do you like to make figures? Do you like to customize Funko Pops? Whatever it is. Like, if there's certain things that you do and you do it so well, and because you love what you do, you're going to be exceptional at it. You're going to be amazing at the things that you do. So pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. And so what drives you moving forward every morning? What gets you up, gets you excited, right? Not that. So what's keeping you motivated sometimes, right? What pulls you? What's this gravitational pull that you have? And what are you doing the things that you love? And I that's huge, okay? If you already know what you like doing and you're not doing it, then you're not really living the life that you feel like you're living, right? Say for example, you love and not like video games, right? Say you love video games and that's what you want to do. And maybe you want to, I don't know, maybe you want to stream. You want to stream content or whatever, but because you love video games. Yeah, you still got to take care of what you got to do. You still got to, you know, put a roof over your head. You got to bring some food to the table. But there's certain things that you got to do for yourself. And if you're not doing so, and if you're not doing the things that you love, you're not really living. You're not really living. And so I find people that gets frustrated a lot, right? A lot of anger is because they don't get to do the things that they love because most of the time they feel stuck and they're stuck maybe at a job because it requires them to be there 8 hours a day, right? And 30-minute break on top of that. And then it takes time to travel home. By the time they get home, they don't get to do anything because there's this. And then on top of that, they get people around them that's constantly nagging. And it's like, okay, then you have a lot of shit that you have to let go in your life. You really do. And until you do so, nothing's going to change, right? And you really can't blame other people for feeling how you feel because you keep yourself around them. So what are the things that keeps you moving forward, right? And are you doing things that you love, and are the things that you are doing give you meaning and adding value to your life? So Dale Carnegie said this, and I really like this quote, which is, to be interesting you must be interested. And this goes for not just yourself but to other people too. So if you want to be interesting to other people, you have to be interested in them. The same thing goes for yourself too. Was are you even interested in the things that you do? I don't know if I could rehearse this quote in my head, but I remember, I think it was Beethoven that said it. Um, to play a key like on a piano, to play a key or incorrectly it's a small thing. Okay, I'm butchering this now. All right, it's minuscule. It's not that important. It's insignificant. Okay, to play the wrong notes is insignificant. To play without passion, that it that's where that's where the big issue is. That's where the big problem is. So I'll find that quote. When I saw that, I was like, wow, like it shows that, look, you can make mistakes, but don't do things without having a certain passion behind that. Because if you do that, then you're not really doing it for yourself. You're probably doing it for other people. And when you're doing it for other people and they're not happy with your successes or with you, then you're going to find yourself like, damn, like I'm not gonna do it anymore. So that's why you got to be interested in things that you're doing for yourself, more so than what other people think about you. And if you want to like other people to like you have to be genuinely interested in them too, right? So, and it's easier to like somebody where you have things in common, right? So find genuine interest in what they do. And what I mean by that is, remember the time that you decided that you want a certain blank thing in your life, that certain thing that you want in your life, and then you got it or you got into it, whether it's maybe, I don't know, Jackie, if you're still here, playing badminton. At one point in your life, you weren't playing badminton, but when you did, you're like, wow, this is fun. And then you started meeting more people that does that, right? And then you're like, and then you started maybe challenging each other. You're just helping each other grow and stuff, and it's fun. Maybe you have someone like that, and if you do, then it's kind of like, those are the things that's what happens. Like attracts like, right? And then you find it more interesting. Or maybe you met somebody, you're like, oh my god, you play badminton too? Like, where do you play at? Oh shoot, hey, I've been thinking about going there. You see where all the, like, everything, like, it's just stacks. I've been thinking about going there too. Maybe we could have a game, right? I don't know what you call the birdies. Yeah, maybe we could play some badminton. I'm a coach there, so it'll be great. Let's have some fun or whatever. um so, but here's the flip side of the coin. If your life is full of hate and fear, and you're in those are the type of people that you're going to be aligned with, because that's what you are constantly projecting. So this could be your hobbies and the things that you're doing, right? The work that you're doing. And I really like this next quote, which is by Henry Ward. Is it Beecher? which is the art of being happy lies in the power of extracting happiness from common things. From common things, things that you have in common. So if you like this and you have same things in common, of course you're gonna have a lot of things to discuss about. So common things that pertains to other people and alignment with your thoughts and your own actions too. So you align with what you do and say. And so when you act in alignment with what you think and you're doing the things that you want to do, aren't you a lot happier and you're excited about it? And it's easier to be interested in other people when you share things in common. Yes, that's just a fact. And there's nothing wrong with aligning with the right people that aligns with you too, right? Common interests, common values, common goals, right? Similar. And lastly, got 5 minutes. Lastly, I've been talking a lot. Let me take a break. Is anybody still here? Who's still here? And I don't know. Do I see chats? It might have froze. So let me know if it froze. Okay, maybe it froze. I don't know. But the show must go on. All right. You got to plan it. You have to have habits. You have to build certain habits. And what I mean by habits is there's certain things that you do subconsciously that you don't even think about anymore, right? You wake up, you go brush your teeth. You don't really think about it anymore. But if you think about it, there has to be at one point you didn't know how to brush your teeth. You know that, right? You didn't know how to brush your teeth at one point. But guess what? You learn. And there's certain things that you built, and those are habits. Same thing for me. When I wake up in the morning, on a weekday, weekends, I give myself a break. But on a weekday, and it's a Monday, and Monday is a certain day that I have to go to the gym and do certain things. And if I don't do that, I'm going to be like, oh, okay, something's up. Okay, Mitchell, what the hell's going on? Why aren't you doing it? Oh, you're sick. Okay. How sick? So bad that I can't get out of bed. It's probably not a good idea. Okay, then I'll excuse myself from going to the gym. But if I just feel like I'm just lazy and I don't want to do it, I gotta hold myself accountable for certain things. And so, like I said, but it's still a habit. I built a habit of conditioning myself to go there so often that if I don't go, I have to really question myself, like, why aren't you going? Like, you wake up and you don't want to brush your teeth. Don't you be like, why don't you want to brush your teeth? That's kind of nasty. All right, that's kind of nasty. Why wouldn't you brush your teeth? So plan it. You have to plan certain things. But before that, so everything's subconscious. And at one point it was a conscious thing. Like you have to do that. And like I said, take a look at your life. You go to work is a decision. I love to see passions in something like in actors, right? Especially if you love watching movies and you love, there's just certain things that's going to attract you more, right? And when you're good at what you do, because you love doing it, or you love what you do, you're going to be great at doing it eventually. You might not be great right away, but it really shows that type of level of enthusiasm, right? But some people have talents. Yeah, but talent never really trumps hard work. People that have passion for it, that's not as good. But then eventually that built that passion and they love what they do. They're exceptional at it. They're great at what they do. And that's what I've been seeing. You know, I've seen a lot of like some of my friends, they're very successful. And some people that I looked down on and I was like, why the hell would you do that? And this is back then, right? This is back then, Mitchell. I was like, why the hell would you do that? And then I'm like, damn, that was actually a really good idea. And Mitchell, you could have done something like that too. And why didn't you? Because you were too busy blaming other people. And so that's where I was at. And I was like, all right, cool. Don't do that, Mitchell. Don't do that. So anyways, you got to plan things out. And same thing with your relationships. You got to plan out what you want. I'm not saying you have to have this whole Build-A-Bear list, but I'm saying like plan things out. Like if you don't know what you like, well, write it down. That's a plan, right? You got to plan these out. What do you like in a person? Well, I like that person to be nice. Well, explain nice to me then. What is nice? Break down what is nice. Well, nice means like they're not always trying to start trouble. Meaning, like, I remember my past relationship. It was always me coming back, and then it's always like, oh, why aren't you home yet? And it's like, that's not really a nice thing to have. So I wouldn't want someone that's always constantly on my ass just because I'm like 30 minutes late because I decided to go stop by, I don't know, a Starbucks to get a drink and sit down a little bit before I get home because I just need a little bit of a break, right? And but if that's really happening, if you're sitting down at a Starbucks and it's like, damn, I don't really want to be home yet. I just want to sit out at Starbucks. It shows your level of kind of enthusiasm of going back home and it's seeing that person or whatever. And they're like, damn, they're constantly nagging at you. It's like, all right. And it's at that point, it's on them. It's kind of like they probably insecure. And that's why you're like, all right, that's not where I want to be. That's not where I want to be. So plan things out. Take a look at your life. You went to work at certain things, right? What makes your life any different right now, right? What are you currently doing now that's putting you in a place that makes you feel uncomfortable? What will happen if you change it? What will happen if you change it? And are you going to change it? That's another big one. Most people say, I want to look good. I want this New Year's resolution. Like I said, the gym's open not anymore, but 24-hour fitness was 24 hours, right? At one point. But gyms are open almost every single day of the year. Almost. Okay? There's no reason why you have to do it in January 1st. That's just what I'm saying. Okay? So are you going to change it? Do you want to? Or do you just want to be the person that follows the herd? There's never a great time to start on improving your health. You could do it anytime that you want. But most people kind of delay it to on Monday or something. That's usually where I see it. Oh, I want to start on Monday. Anyways, and if you are going to change it, and it's a yes, how long are you going to stay committed to it? So that's why I want to talk about Atomic Habits by James Clear. Not the book, you can't see it. But anyways, Atomic Habits. He talked about how a habit is built and it only takes 2 days to break a habit. So let's just say this, for example. Let's just say you went to the gym and you're constantly going to the gym or you're constantly doing healthy things, right? And you do it for 2 days in a row. Like, I can't really go to the gym. Why? I'm not going to do it. I just want to be home. I had a long day at work. I'm tired. I can't do it. Okay. Step 1, you did that already. Number 2, you did it again. You know what? I know I didn't go to the gym like I said I was going to do it on Monday, and it's Tuesday, and I still don't want to do it. Guess what? Mitchell's going to tell you this because James Clear's told me this. He said, those 2 days, that's all it takes. You already developed a habit. And once you get used to that habit of, especially when a habit, you don't really need to do anything. You're making that conscious choice of not doing it. So you're developing this habit of not doing it. So you're not really planning it. But that's why I was like, let's just say you want to be healthy, right? Well, plan things out. You know what I do before I go to the gym the night before? I set up all my clothes ready. Why? Because I know the moment I wake up, I like to work out. That's how I want to start my day, right? Before. And then I plan it out. I put out all the clothes. I get my little protein shake ready, right? I have my backpack ready. And I have everything that I need. I have all my clients' things that I need to set up for. And everything's set up. So I don't need to think about it the moment I wake up because I did it the night before. And so this is just prior success depends on prior preparation. And then I'm in a much better mood now because I'm setting myself up so that I don't have to stress about, oh, where's this shirt? Where's my socks? Where's that one sock that I want? You know, it's like, I don't have to stress about that anymore. All I have to do is just get up, get it, and get out. So success, prior preparation, okay? And repetition is a mother of skill. If you keep doing that and you're doing things that's good for you, you're going to get some places. And if you find yourself stuck somewhere, then you just got to change certain things. It's not that hard, but it's just how consistent can you be? So how committed are you? So planning out your life is no different. Do the research. You meet like-minded people and you stay away from those that draws and doesn't add value to your life. People that don't add value to your life, and they're constantly bringing drama, and it's taking you away from, especially time from your successes. Don't be around those people. They're not worth it. They're not worth your time. Because you're always there to look out, because most of the time you're there to look out for other people, but right now you got to look out for yourself. So find things out that look at your life. I'll start from one place. So if I have a question for you guys right now, the few people that's in here, if there's an area of your life right now that you want to do, okay, certain thing that you want to do, what you want to be committed on, what would it be? Whether it's your health, physical health, whether it's your mental health, maybe it's your finance, maybe it's your relationship, maybe it's the relationship you have with yourself, or your relationship you have with your intimate partner, or your friends, family, whatever it is. What's that one thing right now? Start small. You don't have to go big, all right? Start small and what's that one thing that you want to work on to improve so that your life will be in a much better, more peaceful place than what is considered chaotic for you right now. So I highly encourage you guys to really focus on that one question and really dive deep into it and ask yourself why. Follow those trail whys. All those above. Okay, that's great. Tracy, I don't want to overwhelm you, but pick one thing. Just pick one thing. Like, and if you don't know what it is, write it down and then look at it and be like, I think I want to work on, I don't know, I have like 6. So I think I'll choose number 3. I choose number 3 and I put it on the top of the list. And then I want to work on that. And then you can even cover the rest of the list up and just work on that. And then leave a little post-it note. Leave it somewhere where you're going to be seen. Geeky while you're laughing. Keep a post-it note. Where maybe it's on your mirror. Ladies, you got that little mirror with that ring light when you're doing your makeup and all that. What you call that? Put it at a place where you can see it every day and keep yourself reminded of it. And as long as you keep reminding yourself on the things that you want to do and you want to stay committed to, I can guarantee you're gonna get better at it. That being said, thank you all for being here. Who else do I have? I think there's Kiki, Tracy, and Jackie. I think Shevlin dipped out for a little bit. But yeah, just focus on those things. You're going the all of the above. I think we all have that for real. Like I'm nowhere near where I want to be. What my answers are now, it might change later on. It might be edited or whatever, but I'm constantly trying to stack on, and maybe there's certain look, I could be wrong too. Like I said, there's certain beliefs where maybe Mitchell, maybe you had it wrong, and that's okay, and I'm okay with being wrong. So as I'm okay with being wrong, perfect. That being said, guys, Greg, I see you here. I got. What's that? I don't want to show it because it has our addresses on it. So, but I got that. I got your letter, your card. Thank you very much. And I got your email. I haven't watched it yet. I was busy doing this, but I'm gonna go check that out right now. That being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Really appreciate your time. I hope this helped you. Hope it helped start out your weekend a little bit better. And if you didn't, I have one on Tuesdays that could get you rest of the week a lot better too as well. Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday's episode. Peace.